There, I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this video, we'll look at how to pronounce marry, married, and marriage in American English. So the way I just pronounced marry is one of the ways Americans will say it, and for me, I say the word marry as in to marry someone, and the name Mary, and the other word Merry as in Merry Christmas, all with the same pronunciation. Historically in English, these had different pronunciations, and depending on what region of the US you're in, you will hear some variation between Mary, Mary, and Mary. So the first way I'm going to describe it, all three of these are the same, and you use the air diphthong in these words. This is fairly common across the US. You'll hear this in more what we sometimes call standard American English, which kind of comes from the Midwestern region of the US and is also used in broadcast, TV, movies, and is fairly similar to California and West Coast English. So to say that kind of Mary, what you want is to have a tense A sound before your R. So you're gliding from the A that's more forward into your tight R. Try it like air, mare. So thinking of that word air can help you. If you want more help for the different diphthongs of American R, the air, ir, or, r, ur, our, etc., you can get help in our American R playlist, as well as I'll highlight a specific video for you in the comments for this video where you can go and get some more help with that. So building from air, you want air, mare, Mary, first syllable stress, and just a short E sound for your letter Y. Watch out that it doesn't get too relaxed. You don't want mere, but rather Mary. So no stress on the E, but still nice and bright and tense. Some Americans, for example, in New York, maybe some other East Coast cities, will use the A vowel in this word. It has the same pattern other than that. So theirs will sound more like marry. So that's the A vowel that's in black and cat. Typically in standard or Midwest English, we don't really have this R diphthong. So it's an option. Now, New Yorkers will use air in some other words, but typically in words like Mary, Larry, etc. Even in words like very, they'll tend to use more of an ah sound. So how's that different than Mary? In airy, it's a diphthong that's bright, so it's kind of air. And the marry, the mouth is more open, and we have more of a lax sound going into that R. So if you wanted to use more of the New York accent, or recognize that this is another acceptable pronunciation. So marry, in which case I think they might use more of an airy here, and maybe also an airy in that kind of Mary. Same thing applies when we're talking about married and marriage. In my pronunciation, more of the air, married. This syllable, two vowel letters, just one sound, the E. So Mary, just like Mary plus a D, married. And then marriage, it kind of looks like it should be e-age, or that should be other syllables there. Again, just two syllables. So our first mare, and then our G-E-A-G-E syllable says the j sound, which we spell with letter J or G at the start of words. Just make sure that you have a nice pushed out j at the end there, marriage, marriage. And the IA just says that lax I sound. So Mary got married. Her marriage is very merry. Okay, you do want to try practicing in some short phrases. They don't have to contain all of these words, but using the words in the way that you would naturally use them in regular speech to be able to get that new vowel sound or that new pronunciation if this is a change in the patterns for you. As I mentioned earlier, you can get more help for American R on our American R playlist and American R videos. You can also get help for R and all of the sounds of English in our Sounds of English course on speechmodification.com. It'll walk you through what accent error patterns to watch out for, how the different sounds are spelled, how they're pronounced, and it's a really good foundation for pronouncing any word you might want to be able to pronounce in English. All of our online courses are either $2 or free, so check those out as a good resource for you. Thanks so much for being a part of class today. I'll be back again tomorrow with another Word of the Day class, as well as we have our weekly live question and answer classes. Check out our channel page. On our community page, I always give you a heads up of what's coming that day and later in the week. So it's a great way to see a little bit of extra sneak previews, quizzes, polls, etc. That's on Speech Modification Seattle here on YouTube on our community page. Thanks so much for being a part of the channel. I really appreciate your support, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. I'm Christine Dunbar from SpeechModification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. SpeechModification.com. Bye, everyone. Hope to see you again soon.